Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time for my last NFL video of the year. And it's time for the Super Bowl. Of course, we know there's the Pro Bowl game this weekend. I'm going to take the AFC. Pro Bowl game doesn't mean anything. It's actually, to be honest, I'm going to say this, all the All-Star games really don't mean anything. There's really nothing on the line. And I used to love the baseball awards All-Star game a few years ago when they actually made it mean something, but once they went back to the old ways, it really doesn't mean anything anymore. So if you're going to watch the All-Star game for the NFL, I say congratulations. Enjoy it. I will probably check out the MVP Most Valuable Performer show on Thursday, where they're doing a talent show, which should be hilarious. But we're here to talk about the Super Bowl. It is the Eagles and the Patriots. With this, I understand why. I mean, a lot of people, I think, were hoping for Jacksonville and Minnesota, for the historic purposes of that. Either Jacksonville wins their first Super Bowl, or Minnesota becomes the first team to actually win a Super Bowl as the host city. We don't get that. We get the Patriots, who, again, represent the AFC for the 50 billionth time, a.k.a. John Cena. Or B, you're going to be picking the Philadelphia Eagles, a.k.a. the Roman Reigns of this. This is really one of those situations where I think a lot of fans are not happy. At least that's what I gather from people, from Twitter and Facebook. I could be wrong. And as far as I'm going, I've already told people this. I will not be watching the Super Bowl for the second year in a row. Last year I didn't watch because I didn't want to see the Patriots win, which is what happened. And I'm not going to watch it this year for that. If it would have been Jacksonville and Philly, I probably would have watched because I think it would have been more historical. But it's either Philadelphia wins its first Super Bowl. Let me repeat myself. Philadelphia wins its first Super Bowl championship. So it's either going to be that. They have won NFL championships before, but that was back before the Super Bowl was a thing. Or the Patriots win I think it would be the sixth Super Bowl, I believe, at this point. So it will be interesting to see what happens. And two very different roads. Of course, Gronk's going to be questionable because of the concussion. So we'll see what happens there. But the Patriots pretty much dominated the AFC. Surely they had a hiccup at the start of the year. But again, they fixed their fucking problems. And Tom Brady's back in the Super Bowl again. Before I make my pick, I kind of feel like I'm watching the college football game to a degree again. I didn't watch it this year because I didn't want to see the same old thing, the SEC. Unfortunately, that's what we got here. To a degree, more or less. It is a team that's been there 50 billion times, to the point where I think a lot of people are sick of it. But again, it is what it is with the AFC. Ironically enough, the AFC's either been represented by Big Ben, Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning almost every year, excluding the 1 year Joe Falco did it. So... And then, of course, the Eagles, who defensively, they're probably the better team, but with the backup quarterback of Nick Foles, which I'm going to be honest, I will be eating crow here. I didn't think they could get to the playoffs with the Super Bowl with him, but they have. Another question is, can they win a championship with him? I think Philadelphia, if they're smart, they need to watch Jacksonville's game plan and do everything they did, excluding what they did in the fourth quarter, which is what let the Patriots come back. Now, the Eagles had a great game against Minnesota. They dominated that game beginning to end. I think a lot of people expecting that to be the close game and not the Patriots and Jaguars. Well, we saw what happened. The Eagles decided to just make everyone shut the fuck up. And the Eagles have had a good year as well, very good year defensively. They do have a backup quarterback. Their starting quarterback went down with an injury. So Nick Foles, he's in a very weird situation here. If he wins the Super Bowl, everyone's going to be asking themselves, did they win it because of him or that defense? And if they do win it, he could actually control his own fate by going to any team if he wants to and say, hey, I got a Super Bowl ring, sign me and I can get you one. Kind of like how Joe Falco did when he won the Super Bowl and the Ravens gave him that buttload of money. Smart thing it was smart by Falco, he got his money. So it could be the same situation here, we so see. Before I make my pick, just some breaking news that happened throughout the day. The Giants hire Vikings offensive coordinator Guru Summer to it looks like a 5-year contract. Cardinals named Panthers defensive coordinator Wilks new head coach as well. Keenum and Bridgewater unsure the Vikings want them. And Boulders is hoping to return to Jacksonville next year. We'll see what happens. So we're going to be seeing some things. A lot of things have changed, we're going to see. But as far as for my pick, I'm picking the Patriots here. I just have to go with the team that's got more experience in this situation. I still, like I said, I wish it would have been Minnesota and Jacksonville. I think that would have got more people viewing into this one. Don't get me wrong. I think people are still going to watch. I will probably be playing Dragon Ball Z Fighters or playing Friday the 13th, one of those two. I still think people are going to watch, but if you would ask me my opinion, I think everyone's going to be cheering for Philadelphia, excluding the Boston, Maine, Boston, Massachusetts, Maine, those upper parts of the northern United States, up in the corner. So that's why I said it's John Cena versus Roman. I think Philly will be the fan favorite, at least in the soul. But I think consciously, I think a lot of people are going to take New England here just because of the better team. They got Super Bowl experience. So I say Patriots win this again, win another Super Bowl, and I cannot wait to start. And what's funny is, and I'm just going to say this right now, I think I said it last year, I'm going to say this again. We're going to find out when Brady and Bill Belichick retire. We're going to find out who the true Patriots fans are. Because they're going to probably stink for a few years. And if you don't believe me, just look at San Francisco and look at Dallas after they've had their heyday. Their team stunk for a very long time. That probably going to happen to the Patriots. Because after you pretty much lose your two key things, and you go into rebuild mode, you don't do well for a long time. Look at Denver after John Elway retired. They didn't go back to the Super Bowl till Peyton Manning showed up, and Peyton Manning was at the end of his career. So it's going to be interesting now. Now, I'm not saying everyone in New England is a bandwagon fan. Not that. But they're all bandwagon fans who probably jumped onto them who never liked football, or be that their team has stunk for so long they jumped to them. Okay, let's remember. And let's also be honest. New fans who don't have a team, they always jump to the Patriots. Whoever wins the Super Bowl, whoever has a great season that year, every freaking year. Makes me sick. So we're going to actually probably see more Patriots fans after this just because of bandwagonness, which I can't stand, and that's just me on that note. I can't stand bandwagon fans. But I got the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. If you're going to watch it, I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the halftime show. I'm not going to watch it. Like I said, I don't really care for pop music, so I'm not going to watch for the halftime. And as far as for the commercials, hey, that's what YouTube's for. We live in a day and age where you can watch all the commercials the next day. So, but let me know who you got in the comments below. Are you taking the upset and taking the Philadelphia Eagles? Or are you taking the safe bet in the New England Patriots? And I would also like to know, will you be watching this year's Super Bowl, or will you be doing something else? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, this is the DOUG signing off saying, I'll see you real soon for my Let's Plays to get back to normal. Till then, good night, everybody.